once led a very different Christmas Eve service. We'd wanted to really make it an all-age event and to make it fun. And so we set out the room with tables and chairs, cafe worship style. We served hot chocolate topped with cream and marshmallows, along with mince pies, and also some very elaborately decorated chocolate cupcakes. We included a Christmas Pictionary, where the teams on the tables had to draw out various elements of the Christmas story or characters, and in competition against each other. We then went on to a Christmas quiz before using the Iona worship group liturgy, Cloth for the Cradle. And we had a stage set in the middle of the room, the middle of us, with a gazebo made out as a kind of stable. And we included the liturgy there where people went and laid their strips of cloth and then received Holy Communion. It was still Christmas Eve. In all that, what struck one person most was the discovery through the quiz that there was no donkey in the story. For 60 years, that person had assumed that Mary had ridden on a donkey as she travelled to Bethlehem. And of course, she may well have had. There may well have been a donkey, but Luke doesn't tell us one way or the other. He doesn't mention a donkey. He doesn't mention an innkeeper either, but that one may have to wait for another year. But these parts of the story are so well known through nativities and through Christmas cards, and even some of our carols, that we assume that is how it was. They are the props, the additions to the story. We have heard TFT tell us the story from Luke's accounts of Jesus's birth, all the stuff around that. And Bob Hartman is a very, very good storyteller. And if you hear him, he adds all kinds of things in to grip us into the story, to make us listen, to arouse our interest, because that's what stories do. They're very good. They get us thinking. They get us imagining. The danger is that we take all those bits and become observers to the story. Luke invites us to become part of that story, to become part of the story as we encounter the mystery of God's love for the world and God's love for each of us. We use the word often at this time, Emmanuel, the name. Emmanuel means God is with us. God is with us now in this moment, not just then, nearly 2,000 years ago. But we'll hear more about that at our Christmas Day service. We're going to sing now a hymn that attempts to get us beyond what is familiar to the truth of Christmas beneath the paper wrappings.